Thanks for watching the Council in Brief. I'm Susan Kennedy. We're here with the news of the Montgomery County Council for this fourth week in April. And we start this time with this year's operating budget as it pertains to school resource officers. The Public Safety Committee is requesting 8 additional officers on the budget reconciliation list to help address some of the issues that are facing our schools. Just a few years ago, every high school in Montgomery County had its own school resource officer. However, budget cuts forced the county to cut some of these positions. Council President Craig Rice says he wants to start putting these officers back in every high school to give students the opportunity to have one additional person they can talk to.
I think what we realized and what we saw from a nationwide trend in terms of unfortunate school incidences, whether they were shootings, stabbings, violence in our schools, we realized how important these school resource officers were, oftentimes in staving off these incidents from even happening. You know, hearing the word that, oh, there's going to be a fight in the cafeteria and XYZ student brought in a knife to school today, and that school resource officer can go and actually ameliorate that situation. That's actually a real situation that happened here in Montgomery County schools. And so I think that the real big story is the story that you never see.
The Public Safety Committee has put 8 new school resource officers on this year's budget reconciliation list. By adding 8 officers to the executive's budget proposal, every high school would be served by an officer. The plan could cost the county about $1 million, which Rice says is money well spent.
When you tack on the value of one child or the value of one of these incidences that could happen at any one of our schools, there's no question that this is money well spent. But they do more than just staving off those. They also work in the community. They're working to make sure that folks who might not have food to eat know the resources that are out there for them, whether it's mental health resources and making sure that they're tied to those, sponsoring kids for recreation programs that might be lower income. Those are all things that our school resource officers do. So they really are kind of triage.
As part of the regular session this week, the council took action on 9 bills that address global warming. The measures are the work of Councilmember Roger Berliner with the goal of addressing long-term protection of the environment and the use of clean energy.
We are celebrating Earth Day, in my judgment, in the best possible way. We're actually taking affirmative action to reduce the amount of energy we use and to use more clean, green energy. So our people ought to experience that. Our county is going to lead, so a lot of these measures were directed to ensure that our county does this first, to show that we can do this and can do it in a cost-effective way. And then the other measures are designed to just make it easier for our community to get solar, make it easier for our community to have electric vehicles, make it easier for our community to actually retrofit commercial buildings over time. And that will help employ people and create innovative green jobs in our community.
In other budget news, members of the Health and Human Services Committee have met to discuss this year's proposal for libraries. The county executive has proposed close to a 7% increase in the library's budget, which translates to 11 new full-time positions and 11 part-time positions. Council Vice President George Leventhal chairs the Health and Human Services Committee, and he told us what the committee thinks of this proposal.
A library is a hallmark of a civilized society. It's a place where people go to learn, to gain skills, and to meet each other. It's a community gathering place. So it serves many, many functions, and every community library is enormously popular. The county executive should be commended for adding funds back, and the committee tried to add some more back, and we'll find out at the end of the budget process just exactly how much we're able to do.
Well, that does it for this edition of the Council in Brief. For County Cable Montgomery, I'm Susan Kennedy. Thanks for watching.